Now, when President William Ruto took over power in 2022, many thought he would shift his policy from east to west. For several months in his first year, the president appeared keen, building on a new policy to foster relations with the Western world while ignoring the East. A few months ago, the president appeared to be retracing his steps after a visit to China. There, he met top Chinese officials and agreed on boosting bilateral trade relations. This has seen Kenya increase its exports to China in a bid to boost the balance of trade. Jeff Kirui with the details.
President William Ruto for the past few months appeared to be retracing his steps for bilateral relations and collaboration with the East. The president seemingly keen to cement the trade ties with China.
Within a very short time, China has risen rapidly and become Kenya's leading trading partner. Last year, Kenya's exports to China amounted to $230 million, while Chinese exports to Kenya were valued at $3.8 billion.
Excellency the President, with the statistics that we are seeing in Kenya in terms of trade import-export, for every 30 containers that leave China, one leaves Kenya to China.
We have set up 3 Kenya national pavilions in Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Xi'an, 3 different cities. And this national pavilion will promote Kenya products as coffee, tea, macadamia, and also the tourism and also the investment opportunities.
His visit to the Far East nation in October this year appears to have strengthened the agricultural export market for Kenyan produce. Avocados and macadamia nuts are now among the country's top exports to China.
China kwa mfano wamesema sasa watatufungulia soko ya chai na soko ya macadamia na soko ya avocado. Nilikuwa kule juzi. Mimi nataka wakulima wajipange.
Kakuzi is one of the companies in Kenya that is exploring the agricultural market in China. It is currently the largest exporter of fruits, among them avocados. Other than what they produce, the farm works with avocado farmers, giving them access to packaging facilities, supply chain logistics, while exporting their produce.
It's a very, very new fruit for China, and there's a lot of work that's going on in China to demonstrate to Chinese consumers what the quality, what the health benefits are of eating this avocado. And that's being done by our partners in China as well as ourselves back in Kenya. There's a lot of work that's being developed on that.
But for many Kenyan farmers, quality controls for the produce seems to be the biggest challenge. This includes plant health requirements that has to be met for their produce to be allowed into the Chinese market. Requirements that stood in the way for Kenya's export to China, even after signing an agreement for export in 2019.
You have to be able to demonstrate what products went in to growing that fruit. What pest and disease products did you use? What fertilizer products did you use? When did you use them? And then when that fruit arrives in its destination country, the authorities there will test that fruit and make sure that what you've declared is representative of what they find from testing the product. So it's not that every farmer can enter that market, but what we hope in time is that more confidence in how Kenyan farmers grow their products will emerge, and then more and more Kenyan farmers will start to say, let me adopt these standards, and then when they adopt those standards, then the markets will give them access for their products.
Kenya exported an estimated 100 containers of avocados to China in 2023. Kenya exports between 5,000 and 6,000 containers of fruits annually. Jeff Kirui, KTN News.
After this break, we see how straight families are rehabilitated by protecting the